friends, I'm Courtney and welcome to The Incessant Bookworm. If you haven't already done so, I suggest watching my What's the Story? Memorable Books from My Reading Life video. So it details books from my high school experience through present day where I've learned something or I've gotten a memorable kind of story or something to tell by it, and it kind of defined my life at that time or currently defines a lot of my values and things that I believe in. Also, feel free to check out my Twitter and Instagram pages for a lot more bookish content that you won't find here, and it's more timely and more frequent since I post a little bit more frequently, maybe day to day on there rather than weekly here on the vlog. So today I wanted to do a behind the scenes kind of look on what I do with the blog at Incessant Bookworm. So this is a question I've gotten a few times to know what goes into my blogging experience or book blogging for specific reasons, because this is a book vlog, a booktube channel, but I wanted to give you a little insight into what my days look like when it comes to writing blog posts, scheduling posts on social media, filming, things like that. So giving a higher level view of what that looks like and maybe giving some tips in there as well. So in no way am I an expert when it comes to book blogging or producing bookish content. I do what I like and what folks ask for and make sure that it's in line with my values and the mission and vision of the Incessant Bookworm, which is spreading the love of books to inspire lifelong reading. So all the things that I do my best to make sure it aligns with that, whether it is book reviews, which I'm diving into a lot more this year for 2021. Those are some of my goals, is to write more book reviews since that's the reason I had started my book blog to begin with. Or book interviews, so talking to bookstore owners, other book bloggers, or bookish people and readers alike, and then doing some more tours and listicles. So listicles are probably one of my favorite things to do since I'm able to comb through the books that I've read and come up with different themes or ways that they make sense together. So I've done holiday themed listicles, ones having to do with traveling, ones having to do with different genres. So those kind of things make up most of the blog that I put onto the website. So when it comes to planning, I can start there first. This can kind of go a few different ways. It could be I get inspired by something I see in my natural world or my natural element, or it could be something that just comes out in my head, or like I said with book reviews, they're ones I want to write about because I read the book and I want to talk about it. But if I'm struggling with different posts and different content, I kind of look around me to see what inspires me, or what is some big topic that's out there right now, what are some holidays coming up, or what am I thinking, oh, that would be something interesting to explore further. So I usually write down my ideas kind of all over the place. I have a Trello board where I have it goes day by day the way that I set it up, and it lists my normal to-dos, and it's just a quick way to have it on a mobile, so when I'm moving around and doing stuff on the go, I don't have to have a piece of paper and pen with me, even though sometimes I usually do. It's just faster for me to have it on my phone, on my Trello board for my normal to-dos. So I make a blog post ideas card on my Trello board and just list out a few things that I'm thinking there. Other times I list them out once I have that topic. I list out the different themes or different books that can go under that. So for example, when I was on my winter break trip to Tennessee and Florida over the winter holidays, I had a few blog post ideas for producing bookish content. So right in line with this video, but it was on my blog. So talking about 8 different types of bookish posts that you can use and just basics of what it takes to be a book blogger from my perspective. So I listed those all out and kind of wrote those through so I wouldn't lose those ideas. Also on WordPress, so WordPress is the website builder I use for my blog, I make draft blog post and just to get my thoughts down. And it's kind of nice because I have a frame already going, so when I jump back into it, it's not starting from scratch, it's already in the format that I want. It has the tags that I want, sometimes it has the images that I want in there too to get me started, so it's really nice to have that done so I can focus more on the writing. So when it comes to planning the posts that I've come up with, the different ideas, I do use the Always Fully Booked planner. This is new for me this year. In the past, I've used the Novel Companion, which is a smaller condensed version of this that doesn't have like a weekly or daily calendar, so it's a little bit thinner than this. And that I found was basically my content calendar from last year. And this year I decided to go this route and have more freedom to write everything down in the daily spreads. So what I can show you here, this is January. Lots of fun things going on there. So I color code all of my types of things that I want to do in terms of content. So I have Instagram is a color, my blog post is a color, YouTube videos, reposting content I've already shared in years past that I think is relevant or evergreen is what we like to say, or an event or holiday that's coming up that I think I should post something for or just acknowledge in some kind of way, and then whether I've taken a photo or not for the piece that I want to put out there. Moving on, I have the weekly spread. So this is where I write down all my to-dos. So I used to have this color-coded as well, but it was just too much to try to coordinate everything that I wanted to do in the day and make sure I was messing up basically the colors for what kind of task I was working on. So I just put them all in black. And this ranges from social media posts I need to schedule, filling out this planner with my book lists or the wrap-ups for the month or my TBRs, what I need to film, what I need to put on Instagram for a story. So I live by this. This has been a lifesaver when it comes to putting my content together. I feel that I put all of my book ideas in here and then a little bit of personal stuff. So prior to using this, I use this mouse pad. So this also breaks it down by day, and I loved this because it had so much space to do notes, to write down the day and list everything out. And this was, you can see how many things I've ripped from the booklet itself, but I love this planner. It also is my mouse pad. So this I found useful, kind of doing the same things, but I also included my personal stuff in there, like doing laundry, going grocery shopping, and I'm a very task-oriented to-do, check-off person, so that was kind of nice to have. But now I'm struggling because I don't know, I like go back and forth between this pad and the Little Inklings Always Fully Booked planner with my to-dos, and I'm trying to make the transition over to that one, but I kind of like having this present all the time here. I can't always have this open to my to-do list, or I could, it's just not as functional as having it on my mouse pad. So I don't know, I'll figure that out. So for my to-dos, I have a day, usually on Saturdays, where I try to do batch blogging or batch posts. So this is a technique that I've learned from a lot of different bloggers out there that do this full time, where you put all your content together that you want to do and write all of it at once. So you're not trying to squeeze in time in the middle of the week where you could be doing other things for your blog. So for example, for me, I want to be reading, hence the book blog. You need to be able to have things or books specifically to talk about, so I need to read in order to produce content. But if I'm always writing, then I'm not reading, which is important for me just on a personal level to be able to read, but also getting the content out there that's genuine, authentic, and not rushed. So during the week is usually my reading and light posting or light kind of brainstorming blog planning ideas, and then the weekend is usually okay, we're gonna write 3 or 4 blog posts, we're gonna take all the photos I need to do for my Instagram posts or for the blog posts themselves, I'm gonna film some videos. And at first it did take a little while to manage my time. Like, weekends are not just for blogging. I realized there's other things I should be doing video calls, hanging out with friends, working out, planning for the week ahead when it comes to groceries, chores. I get it, there's a lot of stuff I can be doing, so I had to manage my time effectively. So I do kind of blocks of time throughout the day where I will be dedicated to these different tasks. So yeah, the batch thing, really, really helpful when it comes to putting your bookish content together. So yeah, Saturday and Sundays, kind of depending on how I'm feeling, will determine how long or how much I get done those days. And then the weekdays, like I mentioned, is kind of finessing, proofreading and scheduling out like a few posts here or there, more on social media rather than writing the blog post itself. So exceptions would be writing book reviews, since not all the time I will be finishing them like on Friday. Sometimes I finish them on a Monday or Tuesday, and I want to get those thoughts down quickly so I don't lose them. So I will write that book review that day or the next day, depending on if I need to sit with it a little bit more or not. So today is Sunday. Usually I do more things and vlogging on Saturday, but I did a lot more blog posts yesterday. But today on my to-do list is to write a blog post. That's not until early February, so in a week or two, write a blog post for my Read Around the World challenge set in a different country, and then film this vlog and edit it and schedule it for Monday. So that sounds like a lot, but what I was saying before is I've already started those frames for those two blog posts that I had mentioned already. So those are very quick and easy for me to do. I use very similar templates every time for my blog posts. I already have the featured images ready to go, the keywords, the tags. I don't have the meta description yet, or the blurb that shows up when you, kind of like the sneak peek or teaser when it comes to a blog post. I don't have that written yet, but I already have ideas for what I want to write for these, and I've already kind of sketched out what that looks like. So it's just a matter of filling in the holes, which shouldn't take too long. The vlog, I usually listen to music or something. It doesn't take that long to edit it, depending on how long the video is. I can record it usually in one take and then chop it up or take out my filler words and pauses that don't make sense, or it's just too long and cuts up the video and deters from the quality of it. So that usually takes a little bit of time depending on how polished I am that day. So today, not too bad. So hopefully it won't take too long to edit it. So yeah, that's the plan for today. So let's take a look at what that looks like in hyperspeed. So that was just a very brief little introduction of what I do for the blog. I know it was kind of vague and generic, but I didn't want to be too specific because everybody's going to approach this differently depending on your style of blogging or anything with bookish content. I wanted to share what I do personally and how I stay organized. I might continue more of the series and dive deeper into specific topics. So if you'd like me to produce something more specific to something you're interested in, whether it's vlogging tips that I've picked up, still learning. That's my latest medium of producing bookish content, so I'm still learning, and I'd love to learn with you all and explore some different ways to finesse and make better quality videos as I move forward. So I can dive into that topic. I can dive more into my WordPress and kind of how I set up my templates. But if I were to include all that in this video, it would probably be over an hour just to show all the different ways that I can do something, or ways that I can pick up different techniques on doing these bookish content pieces moving forward. So let me know in the comments what you're interested in seeing in terms of what I can do or what I can learn and share with you all as I move forward. I'm going to get back to editing this vlog, which will be ready by the time you're watching this, hopefully on the day that it comes out on Monday. That's what I was doing yesterday on Sunday, was editing it. So that could be ready for you all. I will wrap up and finesse my blog post as well, and then get back to reading. So in case you're wondering, I am reading We Can Only Save Ourselves by Allison Wisdom, about 100 or so pages in. So I'm hoping to finish this, and this will be, if I finish this today, this will be another post I will write, which is a book review, since this book comes out February 2nd, I think. Yes, February 2nd, so I want to get a book review out ahead of time so you all can maybe pre-order or look at the library system and see if it's available on that day, or get it into the system for then. So that'll be the goal for today. So I didn't even talk about that, the reading part of it. I mentioned a little bit how during the week I try to do a lot more of my reading because it's smaller chunks of time and I can pull out my book and read a few pages better than I can put together a blog post in a few minutes. And this is more portable than my laptop as I'm trying to write blog posts. I don't write blog posts on my phone. Like I mentioned, I write ideas there, but I can't, it's just too hard to type out all of that content on my phone. So I usually just save it for when I'm on the laptop. But I don't like to spend too much time on my computer during the week anyway, because I'm already on here so much for work. So that is something I just want to be mindful of, is that I'm stepping away from technology. Yes, it's something that I'm passionate about when it comes to books and blogging, but I don't want to be staring at a screen too much and kind of lose that fun element of producing content for you all. So I save that for the weekends and where I'm refreshed and ready to go. Thank you so much for watching and coming along as I do some book blogging tasks today. I hope you enjoyed that and you would like to see more content like that. I'm throwing in little bits and pieces here and there on my channel, not just having to do with book reviews, book lists, things like that, but also how-tos. And I don't know, I find that really useful as I'm trying to grow my craft and do more with it, and potentially do this full-time if it allows me to, or even part-time would be wonderful. But until then, I'm enjoying myself. If you'd like to follow me, feel free to hit subscribe. Feel free to share this video with others, comment below, like it. And if you want to support me further, I have my Ko-fi and Amazon wishlist pages listed below in the description. I'll also put the 2 products that I've been using, the Always Fully Booked Planner and the notepad that I use for my to-dos, or my mouse pad. So I'll put that link in there as well. So hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great day and happy reading.